So what abilities and powers does Bomb have? When it comes to abilities and powers, Bomb might have the most in Tower of God. He may not be the strongest in the verse, but he got some of the most hacks. For starters, Bomb has a replication technique. He can copy and do any ability that he sees or that he gets hit with. This is part of the reason why he's able to grow it at an exponential rate compared to everybody else. This has allowed him to be an expert swordsman and an expert martial artist, and pretty much copy any Shinsu ability that he sees or gets hit with. Bomb also has the power to absorb or devour anything, and there is no cap to what he can absorb. He's basically a bottomless pit. He also has Senshu negation, where he uses an ability called Shinwan Ryu to absorb and negate all Shinsu based attacks. And this is an ability that only irregulars can do. He also has spell immunity / resistance. Bomb also has an ability called piercing. This is where Bomb impales himself with an artifact or item and absorbs the power. By doing this, he's able to draw out way more power than he would be able to if he just used it normally. This also allows him to be a living ignition weapon. And he's the only one in the tower to be able to do this. And he does this several times with the Black March weapon. Bomb also has an ability called flow control, where he can control the flow of Shinsu within himself and others. He's used it to amplify some of his physical abilities and disrupt the Shinsu flow in his opponents. He has an ability called Shinsu Loop. This is an ability similar to mono rotation if you ever read T-Bait. It's basically that he gathers and stores Shinsu all at the same time, like in a continuous loop, and it never stops. This comes in handy when he starts using his bangs. Generally, the more bangs you use, the more your power gets divided. And that decreases the potency of each bang, and so the potency of each attack coming from each bang decreases. So using Shinsu Loop, his power remains the same no matter how many bangs he uses. This basically allows Bomb to have incredible destructive power, an almost infinite amount of energy. Next, we have the Thorn. This is a weapon that is implanted inside Bomb. It drastically enhances his Senshu control and physical abilities. There are multiple fragments of the Thorn, and each fragment kind of has its own little thing. The second fragment that Bomb has space controlling abilities. We don't know what parts 3 and 4 do yet because Bomb hasn't gotten them yet. Bomb also has this thing inside him called the Blue Tharissa. If you watch the first episode of season 2, it's that red skeleton thing that came over him when he got hit by the bombs that instantly healed his body. It's basically like a buffed, enhanced healing factor that Bomb has right now. It's not effective for every wound, but it does handle a majority of them. Think of this as his innate shield. Bomb also has a red Tharissa. We don't fully know what techniques actually come from it, but we do know when Bomb does a transformation, he gets this sword aspect from it. And lastly, Bomb has this thing inside him called the Leviathan. It was a creature that the head of the Lopobia family had captured. Bomb sealed it away inside himself. We don't know the full abilities of it yet, but Bomb uses it kind of as a Senshu buff right now. But yeah, Bomb is not the strongest in the tower yet. He still has a long way to go. But because of these techniques and abilities and other powers that he has, there should be no reason why in the future he wouldn't be the strongest in the verse.